Well, hello everyone. This is the Turbo Business Interview, and I'm joined this morning by Dr. Greg Chapman, I think in Melbourne. First things first, good morning, Greg, and a very warm welcome.
Good morning, Tom. Well, it's not so warm down here. I understand warmer up where you are.
Yeah, before we started recording, Greg and I were discussing our respective mornings. It's apparently freezing cold in Melbourne, wind, sleet, and I've just come up from the beach where I was swimming next to a whale, which was migrating, which was rather sensational. So yes, contrasting extremes all in the one country. Now, I'm being told I better be a little bit quieter, so I'm a bit too verbose. I get excited about whales, you see. Now, for those of you who don't know Dr. Greg Chapman of Empower, E-M, not Empire, that's the British one, empowersolutions.com.au. He's had various roles in 30 years in his business career, working his way to vice president level in a multinational company. Got to be pretty sharp for that, working on 3 continents before starting his own business, Empower Business Solutions, which is now in its 10th year. So you've survived a number of those small business hurdles, and I understand not just surviving, but thriving. So Greg's brings quite a depth of experience in operations management, strategic marketing management, development, and so on. His current role is to advise small business owners who are sick and tired of being small. I imagine you're a very good conference speaker, Greg. Do you do a bit of that?
Just a bit.
You've got all these really cool expressions, which, sort of you go, oh, that's clever. Okay, let me get on with a couple more. He is the author of the internationally recognized Small Business Seller, The 5 Business of Guaranteed Business Success. He's also publisher of the Australian Small Business Blog. His latest book, Married to Your Business, Honey, I love you, but your business sucks. It's available in all good bookstores. After advising hundreds of small business owners, Greg says, if there's one thing he's learned from his clients, it is, while money can't buy you love, happiness is a positive cash flow. So the title is Making Your Business Run Without You. Greg, as you know, we've got 5 minutes and your business starts now. I'm going to kick off with, your time starts now. Business started a while ago. Just wasted 5 of your seconds, sorry. We often hear the problems that cause small business failure, but it's not all beer and skittles. We know all that. It's not all strawberries and cream. What are some of the problems that are typically faced by owners of a growing business?
What we tend to see after an accelerated growth spurt during the adolescence phase of a business, we seem to see a decline in the growth rate. The problem is the owners get so busy, it's a struggle to take on more business. The owner's working long hours, and we start to see cracks in the systems as the stress and strains start to reveal themselves and balls start dropping. And the owners usually work longer hours than anyone else in their business and often take home less pay. And the reasons we see businesses plateau is they reach a point where they can't handle more business. They are so busy, they have no time to work on their business because they're trying to fix up problems and service their existing clients.
So it's the victims of their own success. So how does a business owner, and I'm sure a lot would relate to that, there's not enough hours in the day and so on, cracks in the family life perhaps, too stressful. So how do they react to those problems in an effective manner?
Well, what can happen with such stresses and strains in the business, the owners take a conscious decision to actually let the business shrink to a more manageable size.
Interesting.
They realise they can't provide the level of service they feel they should when they're so busy, so they tend to wind it back a little to get a bit of work-life balance back and aim for quality, not quantity.
Okay, so part of the cure, I suppose, is in some of the causes, understanding the causes. We've talked a bit about the business owner getting out of time, not being able to take on more clients. Are there other causes as well that cause the slowing of growth in the business, other than the constraint of the business owner's time?
The reason they slow down, Tom, is because they are running a bigger business with the same systems they were using when they were much smaller. And what is okay when you're small becomes an obstacle to growth as you grow. And as a result of a lack of systems, the owner is unable to effectively delegate without losing control. So they become a bottleneck for all decisions, major and minor. So staff get frustrated because they're not empowered. And when the manager does let go, mistakes happen, so the owners end up becoming micromanagers.
Right. So they want to pull everything back in. My rough rule of thumb is that someone else can do it 70% as well as me. They're welcome to do it, sort of thing. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left, and I've got one more question for you. I want to spend a little bit of time on this one. What are some of the more specific strategies that a business owner can use to actually make their business less dependent on themselves?
To overcome the growth obstacle, usually themselves, owners need to build a business management system which will enable them to delegate but feel still as if they're in control. This means that everyone in the business understands their role, their responsibilities, and what a good job looks like. And at the same time, the owner is able to know what's going on through a reporting system. I like to use the analogy of pilots in a jumbo jet. A jumbo jet has millions of parts, many more than most businesses. So when the guy in seat 57D can't fully recline, you don't see the pilot rushing down the aisle with a screwdriver in his hand, which is exactly what happens in most small businesses. The cabin crew takes care of it. In fact, the pilot might never know of the problem. Instead, the pilots are focused on getting the plane to its final destination safely. That's their primary job. And they use 6 gauges to manage the plane. Gauges such as altitude, airspeed, and attitude. And if the altitude does drop down, obviously there's something the pilot should know about, they can drill down into the reporting system to find out which one of the many factors has caused it so they can take the right action. And this is what business owners need to implement in order to fully remove the growth obstacle so they can focus on the things that are important and are confident that everything else is being taken care of. And ultimately, what this does is it gives them a business that will run without them.
Brilliant. Incredibly succinct too. So folks, the books are The 5 Pillars of Guaranteed Business Success. The other one, Married to Your Business, Honey, I Love You, But Our Business Sucks, and www.empowersolutions.com.au. Greg, thank you so much.